Hey guys, welcome back to Easel Does It Studio. Today we are gonna do some blooms because I sold pretty much out of my blooms at the event I was at. So I have another event coming up. So I am going to make, all right, so we are at 33. I did run my resin through the debubbler and it's at 33 degrees. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to get it poured, and the colors that we're using today are medium yellow and rose. And I've never used these two colors together for a bloom. And I don't usually add a center, but I am going to today. We're going to do a combination of these two colors. I don't know where I got them. I don't know what color they are, so I apologize for that. I think they came in like a kit or something that I had bought. So I mixed up 8 ounces. I don't know if I'm going to use all of it, and I did keep some out for my white. So I've got 6 ounces here. I'm going to try and pour them somewhat even. And if I have some left, we will make some extras. So I want it to come up over the lip, but I don't want it too thick either. So, and I have a couple bubbles that I'm gonna have to dig out. I'm just kind of seeing if they look even, which they kind of do. So I'm gonna take my dotting tool and we're gonna kind of try to dislodge these bubbles. So let me know if you can hear me okay, and if the picture's any better. I have my new phone. It came in today, and I've already got it set up. So now is the time, if you see little bubbles, to get them to come up to the surface, because once we put that alcohol ink in, we're not going to be chasing bubbles anymore because it will mess up our bloom. And I should have sprayed my coasters with the alcohol first, and I completely forgot. I've got so many things going on. I got laundry. I'm still trying to catch up on housework from not being here for 2.5 days. And yeah, it's been crazy around here. So, and it's thundering and lightning out. Well, it was before I came down. I think it's finally stopped, but, and I got a hair or something right here. All right. I am not seeing any bubbles. Thought I saw one there, but I didn't. Oh, there is one here. So this is the more tedious part of doing the blooms, is just, you know, really paying attention to see if you've got all of them bubbles out. And this mold, for some reason, looks like it's bubbled up. There's like hardly any resin there. So I'm gonna, so I might end up having to try to do another one because I don't know what is up with this particular mold. All right, so I'm going to drop my inks first, and then we will put some of that in. So I'm going to start with, this is the Let's Resin alcohol ink in medium yellow. So I'm going to put 3 drops in the center. I'm trying to keep it in the center. All right, and then we're going to go in with the rose. Now that looks orange to me. That don't look like no rose, but we're going with it because it's already in here. So I'm putting the alcohol ink in now so it has time to bloom while I'm mixing my white. Because you want your alcohol inks to have stopped moving when you start putting your white in. So we will be doing another bloom here in a couple videos ahead, because I want to try the dirty pour bloom is what I want to try. I have not tried that yet, so I do want to try one of those. All right, so we're going to start with, I'm going to go with just 2 drops of this white, and this is just my Ocean White by Let's Resin. Come on. Trying to get the drop and then let it just drop on its own. Come on. There we go. My word. Why do we must be difficult today? And I can feel this is getting warm in my hand. And before I do the white, I'm going to drop those little stones. They are not glitter. They're like a hard crystal. All right, so I'm going to need another drop because this is not, it's still semi-transparent. I can still see my stick through it. I want it just a smidge darker than that. Yeah, that should be good. I don't want it too heavy, but I also want it to be white enough to show. And then I don't know what color we're going to back these in, because I was thinking it was going to be more of a pink than an orange. So, all right, so that is still pretty transparent. I'm going to put one more drop. Because if you put it too thin, they get lacy and they don't really stand out. And if you put them too thick, then the white's going to sink. So we don't want that either, but yeah, that's much better. All right, so let's pour this in our bag. And I got a little bit more white there. So that white is getting warm. All right, we're just gonna twist it. I'll set it in here for right now, and we're gonna get these little crystal thingies or rocks or whatever they're called. I don't know what they're called. If anybody knows what they're called, let me know. All right, so I'm going to put this bloom right here. I don't think is going to work, guys, because there is like barely any resin right there. I don't want, oh, crap. I didn't want that over there. Crap. Oh, we might have 2 failed blooms on our hands. Like I said, I don't usually use these type of things, but I don't know. I figured we'd try it this time and see how it comes out. So maybe I'm going to stick with one color. And I don't want the centers to be too big either. All right, let's just stick with the one color. Wipe my spoon. Let's put this color. So I figured this is kind of like a coppery color. All right. So let's get to piping, because I don't want to wait because this is getting warm. All right, I need my, and hopefully I'm in frame. I don't know, for some reason my TV is not getting picked up on my phone anymore down here, so I don't know. I'm going to play with that a little bit later. And I have a couple where I don't want them, so I'm just going to pull them out instead of trying to drag them. All right. So I'm just going to cut off. I don't want it too thin, but I don't want it too thick either. So I'm going to cut it right about there. Get a paper towel. Yeah, I think that'll be a good... So we're going to just do the circles again on these, just to see. And I'm almost thinking I could have actually gone a little darker on my white, but that's okay. So the one good thing is when you do put stones or something in the middle, the chances of you getting a blob in the middle is very, very slim. Like those 2 areas, I'm going to pull those because those are going to blob. All right, let me just twist my bag here again. this is a pretty color. I just pulled the hair out. Did you see that? So I will be fixing those blobs. Any of those thicker areas is where you want to make sure that you are pulling that white. All right, so I'm going to set that in there. I'm going to definitely have some white left. Actually, I'm going to go around the outside a couple of times. Just put a little bit more white. And then we will start making our petals. All right. So I'm going to pull this. I'm going to pull that. We're going to pull that. And over here. Because we don't want those thick gobs sitting there because they will float to the bottom. Okay, so let me use my dotting tool. And the more circles you put, the more petals you will have. And I'll swirl the middles after. And I'm not going all the way down through to the mold. I'm only going about halfway through the resin. I actually like these colors, but it's not rose unless it changes. Alrighty, see this one's already starting to bloom. Alrighty guys, that is it. I'm just gonna leave these and I will figure out what color we're back coating these in and I will be back for that. So I will see you in a bit, guys. Hey guys, welcome back. I am just finishing mixing up my resin. So I've just got to get some gloves on. So after looking at the color, it's more of like, I don't know, like a red. So I'm thinking I'm going to back it with the black. I think that's going to be the safest color until I can like see what the other side actually looks like. So we're going to get this cleaned. Oh my God, guys, I got so much housework done today. I'm like, oh, so tomorrow I've just got to vacuum my downstairs and wash my floors. And I will be caught back up. Boy. And then I've got a busy August starting. But that's good. That's a good thing. All right, let me just spray my... So this is what I do every time I use this. I wipe the excess off, then I spray it down with 91% isopropyl alcohol, and then I just wipe this off, and then it's ready for the next batch that I'm going to mix up. So we are going to mix some black pigment paste into this resin. Oh. Why do I make such a mess? All right, and I want these pretty dark, so I'm just going to use that gob. That should be plenty. And then we're going to stir it. I'm not going to bother to run this through the debubbler because the bubbles really are not going to show. And I'm going to spray the backs of these with alcohol. So, yeah, we should be good. But I do want to make sure that I wipe my stick back and forth and really mix this up good. So I only mixed up 6 ounces because I don't think they're going to take 2 ounces a piece. I really don't think so. So I'm going to spray one and then I'm going to pour some. And I'll spray the other one. And that's just going to help get some of them bubbles popping. So I tried to pour them as even as I could when I poured that first layer. But, you know, sometimes we don't always get it as even as we think we got it. So yeah, I've still got 2 ounces. So I'm just gonna top them off. All right. So I'm just going to keep an eye on that. I will find something to do with this. I am going to move these over onto my heat mat. I will turn it on maybe for an hour or so, but it's 8 o'clock at night. So I'll probably just leave it for an hour and then I'll just let it go the rest of the night. And I will be back on demold in the morning. Alrighty, guys, I'll be back. Okay, guys, these are cured. I hope I ended up picking the right color for the backdrop, but we will soon find out. So, and there was a hair that got stuck in here. All right, let me just get these unmolded, and then we will flip them. And I'm curious to see the one that had that bump in it. I'm wondering if that straightened itself out, or did it ruin the coaster? So I do have a little bit of trimming to do, but not much. So I ended up not having any extras because once I moved them on to my heat mat, and I domed them, it used up all the resin. So, all right, are we ready? Oh, that came out really nice. And those little gems just give it, you know, a little sparkle. There's one little blob right there, but other than that, there is a small bubble right here and right there. So I had 2 on that one. All right, let's see. Oh, these came out good, except for 2 bubbles on this one. What the crap? But other than that, there's no bubbles. And so neither one of these were the bumped one. All right, this has a little bit of like a little something that swoops down, but it's not even noticeable. But they all came out really good. Again, a couple minor bubbles on the rim, but this one came out the best. I think this one's my favorite. And this one has just one little micro bubble right there. But other than that, it came out great. So yeah. I'll have to wash them. I got my fingerprints all over them now. But overall, I think they came out really, really nice. So how I end up finishing them, hang on here. I've got to get and put a, yeah, and a cup is still going to work, even though that's sucked down a little bit. I'd rather it be sucked down than up. And there are a few little imperfections in the mold, so there is like a little tiny scratch mark there. But, so you can either put the cork backing on these, or you can do what I do, and let me grab them. I have my little feet. Where did I put them? moved stuff around yesterday, and now I can't remember where I put those. But you can buy these coaster things, and they just peel and stick. So I'll put one on just to show you how I do it, and then I'm going to get them trimmed, and then I'll put the rest on. And I broke all my nails. My nails look like yuck, so I apologize for that, but and it went on a little crooked, but it's on there, and these stick really, really well. And then you have your finished coasters, and they won't scratch your table. So yeah, so that is the video for today, guys. Let me know what you think on the color. I am thinking I maybe should have used a little bit lighter background, but I wasn't sure because that was originally supposed to be a rose color, but it turned to be more of a red-orange. But I think they came out really, really cool anyhow. So I finally got this method pretty much mastered. So now we can move on and try different ones. So yeah. Okay, so this one must have been the mold with the bump in it, because look, it's like there was nothing right there. I'm just now noticing that one. But it's pretty flat. I mean, you could do a marker on the edge or whatever, but I'm not going to. I'm going to just leave them like that. They're kind of elegant. So, yeah. Alrighty, guys. I will see you on the next video.